Hey, what's up, guys? This is Skywalker Royce. You know, a lot of y'all know me as Skywalker Royce, or as Rolls Royce, or as just Royce. You know, and I've kind of taken a break from the dance world to explore my spirituality and stuff like that. And through this journey, I've learned a lot of things about myself, about my family, about my friends, and I just want to share that with you guys so that you guys could have the knowledge of what's actually going on around you on an everyday basis that you guys don't realize is going on from a spiritual perspective. So let me start. A lot of you guys know me as, like I said, Skywalker. I'm a dancer. I used to dance on a show called Flex in Brooklyn. Or I was a part of the show. I never really got to dance on the show, but I was a part of the show, part of the people that was involved. And for years, I wanted to be a dancer on that show. So all this stuff is going to make sense in the end. And while wanting to be a dancer and going through what I had to go through to become who I am today, I had other issues going on in my life, like financial, family issues, personal issues. And through this journey, a lot of things have gotten exposed, especially here in 2019. Well, in 2019, because we're in 2022 now, but in 2019 is when a lot of things got exposed for me. I started seeing beyond the veil, or you could say my third eye opened up. And a lot of people don't know what the third eye is, but the third eye is the pineal gland, which is right here. Now, this eye, in my perspective, is actually, when it opens, it's you being able to see through the illusions of the world, the illusions around you, the illusions from people. The third eye makes you, when it's open, it makes you make better decisions for yourself and for others. You see through the nonsense, you see through the news, you see through people, you almost become psychic because you know how to get out of situations. You know what's right from wrong, or you should know what's right from wrong. If your third eye opens up, you should be aware. It's a sort of awareness. You're supposed to be aware of what's going on around you, and you start to understand that things are not what they seem. Like, there's a deeper meaning to a lot of things, and it can affect you very harshly if you don't embrace the fact that your third eye is open, or try to get it open so you can live a more peaceful, happy life. A more life that you with more understanding. But with that being said, I want to give you guys a story of what's I've been going through starting from 2019. So, like I said, I told you guys, a lot of you guys, that I'm a dancer. So I have a group of dancers that I hang out with, or used to hang out with. The crew that I always wanted to dance on stage with them, but I never got to dance with them. I had to be you could say, the outcast for a while, because they always felt like I wasn't good enough to dance. With that being said, let's forward to 2019. So in 2019, I had like a spiritual calling. I felt like God was calling me. It was time for me to wake up and realize who I am in the spiritual realm instead of just the physical. So me and my family, we never had really like a good relationship. I mean, I lived with them, we grew up with them, but it was never like, it was more of an abusive type of situation. It was abusive. I ain't gonna say I didn't have my good times, but it wasn't that many good times. It was a lot of abuse, verbal abuse, physical abuse, mental abuse, a lot of secrets that I'm coming to find out now in 2019 that was, going on. And what happened, what kicked this off is that, what situation, what event really exposed this is that I decided to get into a relationship with somebody from my past. It was so spiritual, the feeling, that I couldn't resist this person. Coming to realize after studying and after going through, you could say, well, I went through things before I even started studying, because it was events going on while me and this person was in a relationship. There was weird events going on around us. Like financially, when I started dealing with her, my money started going bad. We was having problems finding an apartment. We was having problems with the landlord. He was bothering us, coming in our apartment, stealing, And I've seen these things, and I was like, I couldn't understand what was going on. It was just very confusing. Like, a lot of things were just going down. Everything was going down. Like, it just seemed like, at first, I thought that the person that I was with had bad luck. I thought that she, I was like, damn, did I choose the wrong person? Am I getting all the karma that she has? Like, what's going on? Because nothing is going right since I've been with this girl. Now, I'm a very open-minded person. I never listened to tarot readings. I was never into spirituality. Well, I was spiritual, but I was never into it. I was never deep into it. I didn't really have the knowledge of what it means, like you could say, what are the procedures in spirituality? Like, what I'm saying? The real understanding, I didn't have it. So while me and my woman to this day were in our relationship, things took a turn for the worse, you could say. Now, don't get spooked out, and everything I'm saying is true. We started seeing, you could say, paranormal activity around us. Meaning a lot of noises, weird noises, things breaking, things going missing. And you could say one day we sitting there and, I look through my phone and I see a tarot reading pop up. Now, when I read the title to the tarot reading, for some reason it resonated with me. That's the word, it resonated, meaning that it related to me. So I started listening. So I was like, this is interesting because it sounds exactly what I'm going through. Now, I'm a very skeptical person. I do a lot of research before I believe something. I don't just believe things and hop on a bandwagon and say, okay, yeah, this is my reading. Oh, yeah, they talk about me. I had to listen to a few of them before I really realized what was actually going on around me. And the big surprise of what was going on around me is my family and my baby's mother were in cahoots, meaning working together, doing black magic. Because they were jealous of me. They knew that if I was with this woman, that I would have an amazing destiny, an amazing path, something that only God could ordain, something divine. And they were doing everything in their power to make sure me and this person would not stay together or would not come together. And when I say doing things, they were doing spells, demonic, satanic rituals to make me sick, to make me die, to make her sick, to make her die, to make her lose weight, to make her get ugly. They call beauty spells, glamour spells, death spells, you name it. Mirror magic, sending you diseases, sending me all types of things to take me out. But what they didn't know, that this journey was bigger than them. I'm not gonna lie, I'm sitting here calm right now, but I've been through some things. I've been sick. I've seen ghosts. I've seen entities. I've heard things. I've been touched by things that I can't even see. I've been attacked in my sleep. And all of this because they didn't want me to have success in life. They knew that I would be successful with this person. And how did they know? They knew through tarot readings. People can get readings on you they can go to practitioners, right? Like when you see the Botanica, I don't know if you ever seen a Botanica in your neighborhood. When you see the Botanica, a lot of people just walk past it because they don't understand what it's about. Like me, I used to see those stores and never thought nothing about it until I started getting the knowledge of what the Botanica is and what goes on there. Now, Botanica could be used for good purposes, or it could be used for dark purposes, light and dark. Now, what we don't know as people is that a lot of people go to these Botanicas to put spells on people. Love spells, sex spells, to make your sexual organs not work anymore, to make you not attracted to the person that you're with, like, to steal somebody's husband, to steal somebody's wife. So it goes both ways. You can do good magic, which is light magic, or you can do dark magic to hurt somebody. Either or, they have consequences. Even though a lot of people ignore the consequences, they have consequences. And my family has been doing these things to me for a long time. What I want to tell you guys is that, let me give you another story in a story, because there's so much to say. So while going to my mother's house, I always used to go over there to eat and everything like that, spend a little time. Even though we wasn't that close, I still kept a little relationship with them. So one day, I went to my mother's house. My sister was there. My brother may have been there. A regular day, going and think I'm just going to hang out, eat some food, and go back home or whatever. And that day, my mother brought me some food. Right. Now, when she brought me the food, she had like a look in her eye. I'm not sure if you guys remember, like when you watch movies and somebody's about to poison somebody, they always have, you can always see that this person has bad intentions from the time they're bringing the food. You can see. And that's part of the third eye. You can see through, it allows you to see things that a normal person wouldn't really see, like movements, body language, facial expressions, things that we don't pay attention to, that can help us to tell you how this person is or what they're capable of. You pay attention to body language. That's part of the third eye being open. You can see through things. You can look at things and be like, okay, this person look like they a thief. This person look like, not to judge, but sometimes you can see and you can tell that something ain't right about these people or this person. So anyway, so she brought the food to me with a weird look. Now the funny part is I didn't realize what I was actually seeing because I was just in the beginning of my third eye opening. So I didn't realize I was still going through the process of knowing, okay, this third eye allows me to be almost like a psychic, or intuitive. Intuition, meaning that you can know things before they happen. It's like, you follow your gut, your intuition, your mind, like that subconscious that's telling you, okay, something ain't right here. Do this, investigate, And with that being said, she brought the food to me. And this is after I realized. I didn't realize when she was feeding me that day, but I'm going to tell you guys what happened. So she brought the food to me. I'm eating the food. While I'm eating the food, I'm like, wait a minute. This food don't got no taste. And I was like, what the hell is this? Honestly, I was like, what the hell is this? In my mind. And she had me a drink, some alcohol beverage. But when I tasted the food, it just tasted like blah, like no taste. And I was like, wait a minute, we West Indians. This food don't got no seasoning, no nothing. It just tastes really weird. Like from my mom's cooking, I'm like, what the hell is this? So believe me, after I took 2 bites, I took about 2 or 3 spoons of the food, and I left. But when I left, the same day I left, I was on the train. I started feeling ill, I started feeling like sick. I was like, wait a minute, why my stomach feel? I was like hunched over, I was like, and I called my girl and I'm listen. I don't know what's going on, but I just ate some food at my mom's house, and I told her the food was horrible. Those were my exact words. I was like, the food was horrible because I was so disappointed. I was like, what the hell is going on here? My mom don't cook like this. Like, what the hell is this? Now, I went home, like I said, I told my girl, we talked about it, like it was nothing. Still not thinking what I actually found out later on. So after a couple of days, for some reason, I kept seeing a recording of my mother and my sister giving me the food. It kept playing over and over and over in my mind, like showing me. They just kept showing me. And that to me was like intuition or a message from God, just showing me, like, Royce, look at the picture. Look at what I'm showing you. When I realized that, when I really looked, I was like, wait a minute. My mom's came, gave me the food with that funny look, and then at the same time, my sister, who was in on it, was like, oh, Mom, your food is the best food. Your food tastes so good, Mom. Your food, you never fell off. And I'm saying to myself, like, this food tastes like shit. Excuse my language, but the food tasted like shit. So I'm like, I knew something was off. I'm like, wait a minute, what the fuck is she talking about? You know what I'm saying? And after listening to some tarot readings, they mentioned that, oh, it was poison. Your mother poisoned you. So those who don't listen to tarot reading, I'm going to tell you right now, tarot readings are very, very helpful and informative. Not every tarot reader is going to be your reader. But you will, if you deserve messages from God, if you're a person that's really trying to make changes in your life and you're a good person, good or bad, if you're searching for knowledge and want to know what's going on, what you need to change, you can find that in tarot reading. You just got to be careful of who you listen to. And you have to listen to with a open mind, open heart. You have to be willing to hear things that you might not want to hear. Like I said, not every reading is going to be your reading. So you have to have that discernment to see which one is yours and which one is not. And not let it really, get to you too much. So with that being said, they started talking about, somebody poisoned you. And this isn't a Capricorn reading because I'm a Cap. And a lot of people have told us tarot reading, they shun that. Oh, that's the devil. No, it's not. Almost everything that you've heard is the opposite. For example, black cats are said to be bad luck. But in actuality, they're good luck. A lot of us should start thinking like that. See, when you think like, okay, when you look at the world and you be like, look at everything they gave us, why would you follow everything somebody gave you? Wouldn't you want to do your own investigation to see if it's true? And a lot of us don't think like that. We need to start being more open-minded and saying to ourselves like, okay, they've given us all this, but look how they treat us. Why would somebody that doesn't like you give you the truth and the knowledge to be successful and to be happy? And if it was that simple, come on, we know that we've been through a lot in this world that's not the case. As black, as minorities, as other cultures, we've had to struggle through life, through generations and generations. Our ancestors have been struggling. This government has been doing things to us and our families for generations. So we need to start becoming more spiritual and understanding the spiritual realm so we can get the knowledge that we need to get. So let me go back to the poisoning. So yes, I realized that my mother and my sister poisoned me. Whatever they put in, it could have been a love spell. It could have been a sex spell. It could have been a binding spell to keep me attached to them because they realized that I was moving on. I was going to be successful somewhere else. And they weren't invited. Not because I didn't want them there, because they're not qualified to be there. Like they say, everybody can't come with you. Where you going? And I had to learn that the hard way because they used to call me. I was giving them money. I was still trying to be loving to people that was giving me fake love. And what I'm trying to tell you guys is you guys have to you have to start seeing through the fake love and understand that you're just putting yourself through problems. I had to learn self-love. I didn't have self-love. For a lot of my life, I was just, looking for love in the wrong places, hanging with people that was giving me fake love, mistreating me. And a lot of these people were doing black magic on me since a child, and I didn't realize it. So this video is ready to expose family betrayal. My family has been doing black magic to me since a baby, since I came out the womb, because they knew my destiny was going to be great, and they were jealous. I might have been molested when I was younger. You know, I haven't gotten the proof, but I know within myself that something ain't right with these people, because I realized that these people around me were weirdos. Family members, yes, friends of family members. I always remember them being weirdos. Perverted type of people, saying perverted things around me, you know? And now that I'm older, I'm starting to realize that, wait a minute, I was around a bunch of fucking sickos. Excuse my language. And when I started doing research, after I got the hunch that these people were doing magic on me, mother, sister, brother, father, it goes deep. Cousins, friends. I started realizing that these people were involved in what you would call a spiritual supremacy, right? Or a religious supremacy. Meaning they were in religious groups, but they were negative. There were covens, witches, warlocks. These things actually exist. They just cover it up. A lot of them cover it up by being church pastors, and they make it seem like they're worshiping God, but they're not really worshiping God. So we got to be careful, because a lot of pastors and church people are actually in these groups and using the church as a cover-up for the things that they do in the background. And you see a lot of these women dressed with the hair pieces, you know, the African getup, the Yoruba style. But not every person that practices that religion is on the good side. They're light workers and they're dark workers. And it just so happened that I realized that my family was into the dark side of the occult, satanic worship. You know, and I did investigation. I started looking at pictures of people that were friends with my family, like my mother, her friends, friends of her friends. And I started realizing, wait a minute, all these people look demonic. Or most of them look demonic. I go through, you see ones looking like witches, and you see them with the outfits on, and I started putting everything together like, okay, my family is in this religion, but they've been hiding it from me. They've been hiding it from me for years. Never spoke about it. I'm like, wait a minute. Excuse me. Hiding the religion from me. So as I started realizing it, I guess my family started to realize that I was realizing it. So everybody started turning up the heat. They started doing more and more spells, you know, to try to take me out. Like I said, I would get sick on my birthday. And it's funny, I got sick on my birthday. They called me and they asked me to go out. Several times my family asked me to go out on my birthday. And I said no. And almost every time I got sick. Really sick. I mean, the last sickness I got, I felt like I was dying, man. I had to go to the hospital. You know? I've lost a lot of weight. I don't know if y'all know me, but I'm skinnier, much skinnier. I've lost a lot of weight, and it's not just because I turned vegetarian. I've been through a lot. I mean, I had some fights. They caused me to have fights in my house with my girl, man. Like, I'm talking about crazy fights, like fights where I thought, like, you know, we was gonna kill each other. And those are called conflict spells. People can send you spells to break up your relationship and make you argue over anything. And you just like, damn, yo, I'm arguing. You don't understand what's going on. It's because it's not physical, it's spiritual. These people are spiritually doing things. Witchcraft. A lot of people will call it. Witchcraft is very real. I'll be the first to tell you that witchcraft is very real. I might not be the first, but I'll be the first to a lot of people in coming from the same communities. I'm talking to the dance community. I'm talking to the kids. I'm talking to everybody. The teenagers. Witchcraft is real, and you have to protect yourself. Ways to protect yourself is you can use crystals and you can use white candles. That's the only thing I would suggest to you. And you can do your other research. Pray to God. Have a relationship with God and be honest with God. And God is Ra. That's who I worship, or who I give my respect to, is Ra, the Egyptian god Ra. Be careful who you worship and be careful who you're talking to, because there's a lot of entities out there. Be very specific when you say your prayers and make sure you're talking to Ra, if that's who you want to subscribe from, the Egyptian god. Because a lot of us have Egyptian past lives. Our roots are Egyptian, African. You know, do your research. But it gets deeper. So let me go on. So now, like I said, my baby mother, or my mother of my child, is involved also in this situation. Well, she decided to team up with my mother, right? And do more stuff, do more magic, do fraud, steal my information. You know, my baby mom basically tried to ruin my life because I left her behind. I left her behind because she was demonic. She never really brought any happiness into my life. She always tried to cause problems for me. You know, she tried to get me locked up, lied and set me up situations. And by the grace of God, I was delivered out of those situations. But that wasn't enough. You know, my baby moms went to my friends, or my fake friends from the dance community. A few of them from the dance community. I could tell you now, might not be able to say the names, but there's an Aquarius, a Sagittarius, a Libra, a Gemini, Aries. A couple of these people are those signs. And these are people that I was in a group with, that basically betrayed me with my baby moms. And she paid them. She paid them to go do spells on me, to break into my house, steal my items, so that they can take it back to her to do spells. She even sent them to try to poison me. And this is not lying. One of these so-called friends came to my house with about 3 bottles of alcohol. And I'm like, damn, why you got so much bottles? Yeah, you came to drink, but you got he just kept pulling out bottles. I'm like, what's going on? Like, why you pulling out so much bottles, bro? Like, okay, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, about 4 bottles of alcohol, and he said he wanted to drink with me, but the vibe wasn't right. And he poured me a drink. You know what I did? I went and I bought myself my own drink, because my intuition was telling me that something wasn't right here. And when he left that day, I poured out the drink. And what the drink that he made for me, I poured it out in the sink. Lucky thing I didn't, because that would have been the second time I would have got poisoned. It's funny, when I was walking him to the train station, one of the individuals that I know was involved, Mr. Aquarius, right, called him at the same time that we were walking. Now, the reason I'm telling you guys this is so that you can see those things are like being aware. Like, okay, it's not a coincidence that he was called as soon as he left, because he sent him to do a job. So he called to make sure that he got the job done, which was to give me the drink, which had poison in it. Because that was their goal. Like, she hired them to poison me, because if I stayed alive, I would uncover and I would expose what's been going on. And it had a lot of money involved in this. Had a lot to do with money. You know, they were paid to do this. Some of them were paid by the satanic occult to take me out, because I'm a chosen one. And I'm talking to chosen ones too. If you were a chosen one, you would know. You would be the black sheep of your family. You would feel weird when you go around your family. You would know that, okay, this something ain't right here. I'm not comfortable with these people. I'm too different. Most likely you're a black sheep. If you're an honest person, if you like to be honest, you like to do what's right, do what's righteous, make the best decisions, stay away from violence. Violence is your last option. If violence is your last option, if hurting somebody is your last option, if leading in love is who you are, if you do things out of love, then most likely you're a chosen one, or you're a star seed, meaning destined for greatness. Then you would have went through something similar, or you will be in a situation, something similar. You will be feeling those types of ways. With this being said, That's why these people were doing what they do to me, because they knew I was chosen from God. And they were jealous that, I wasn't chosen. When I started going around these friends, they started asking me questions. Oh, bro, I hope you ain't going to leave us behind. I hope you ain't going to change. And I was saying to myself at these times, like, what are they talking about? But I didn't realize, even then, that they knew more about my future than I knew about what was going to happen. And the reason they knew that is because everything was already going on in the background. My baby moms was probably already talking to them. They was, probably already, linking up behind the scenes, talking about what they're going to do. And a lot of things has happened. I had to move. I went on a trip and came back. My house was flooded. A lot of magic. Now on my daily, I have to do my daily cleansing routines. I have to use sage. I have to light my candle. I have to wear my crystals because I'm being attacked on a daily basis. And the reason why I'm doing this video is to educate you guys to be safe and to understand that there's people out here that are attacking chosen people. Jealousy. You don't even have to be chosen to be attacked, but there's people that you guys need to open up your minds and your hearts more and come to God and realize that life is not as simple. You have to be spiritually right, not just physically right in the 3D, not just in the physical world, going to work every day. That's not it. You guys have to be spiritually right and understand that when your actions have consequences. It's not just, I'll do something today and then tomorrow I ask for forgiveness just because, and it just works like that. No, you have to really want to change. You have to put in the effort to change. Effort is one of my favorite words. Effort. When you do things, you have to do it out of love. You have to give effort out of love. If a man attacks you, you have to defend yourself. Defend yourself out of love. Don't defend yourself to kill the person, but defend yourself like, okay, this person is crazy, this person is this, but I'm not gonna overdo it and kill this person. If I could just hit him twice and he leaves me alone, then I'll just do that and walk away. That's effort, because yeah, he's attacking you, but you within yourself is giving the effort because you're not an evil person. You don't want to do more than you have to do when it comes to those things. Being violent and being aggressive is not something that a chosen one or any person that's looking to live in the light should want to do. You should want to avoid being upset, trying to avoid being sad, trying to avoid being revengeful. Those things are not something to be proud of. People walk around like, like being tough is something to be proud of. Yes, being tough in a spiritual way is something to be proud of. I realize now, because I used to feel bad for letting people take advantage of me or pitting people, but in the end, it turned out better for me because it's not my job to take revenge. That's God's job. Revenge is the Lord's. I'm not gonna, give up my spiritual abundance for somebody else. And when I say spiritual abundance, is you can go to work every day in the physical world and still be broke in the spiritual world because spiritually you're not right. Spiritually you haven't done enough to earn spiritual wealth. You haven't been giving, you haven't been showing love. Those are the real jobs, in my eyes, is showing love to your people, showing love to people around you, doing nice things, being righteous, putting effort into changing and becoming a better person, showing that you want to become a better person. If you know you're doing something, if you're stealing, stop stealing. God will notice the effort. Like, okay, he's a thief, but look, he came to me and he stopped stealing. Don't say, okay, I'm going to stop stealing and then go back and steal the next day. It don't work like that, because you're gonna see changes in your life, and you're gonna think, oh, God hates me. No, it's just because of what you're doing, because karma comes back to you. There is something called karma. When you do whatever you put out will come back to you. So if your life is in hell, most likely it's because of the things that you're doing in the background that you might think is nothing. Lying, cheating, stealing, trying to steal somebody's husband, trying to steal somebody's wife, evil intentions. When you put those things out, you get it, you get it back. And that's why a lot of us don't become successful, because we think that it's just about working, and it's not just about working. It's not just about working. It's about working spiritually. Make sure you're working for God, so you can get that a real abundance, not the illusion, not an illusion of abundance and then it disappears. Because that's what happens when you go into evil. When you go into the drugs, or selling the drugs and the this and the that, it appears for a while. It might seem like you have it, but then eventually, in the end, you end up with nothing. You end up sad, and you end up with nothing, in jail, or being some type of slave in a slave system. It's time for you guys to break out of the system. And and realize and wake up and realize, listen, I gotta go. I'm going against the system. I'm not going with the system anymore. Tear down the system, because it hasn't got us anywhere. But I just want to let you guys know about these things, what I've been going through, and it gets deeper, man. These friends betrayed me. I would have never thought that they would have got together with my family members to plot against me. Having sex with my exes, having sex with my family members. Some of these guys even got my family members pregnant, and I'm not ashamed to tell you guys that, because I don't have no fear of anybody judging me and laughing at me. I'm doing this for you guys, so you guys could understand that situations like this really happen. And me being somebody from Flex, a dancer, I'm letting you guys know that, protect yourselves. I'm not doing this for no fun, for no clout. I'm doing this to educate and to tell you guys what I've been through. And I'm still going through to this day. I have to protect myself. And you guys should start protecting yourself, because your family members is not really your family members, man. On a spiritual level, when we come into the world, we come through wombs. But you can be born into a family that's not really your family. Because we've been going for generations, reincarnation. We come back here sometimes over and over. So the original family that you have is not really your it's not going to be there, because you're being born into the world. So you might be in, like I said, in a family or people, but it's not really your spiritual family. It could be a bunch of karmics. A bunch of people that has bad karma. That's a karmic. I would have never thought my mom and sister would have poisoned me. I had to get over that. I had to heal. I had to do my shadow work. Shadow work is basically working on your shadow side, which is the side of you that you hide basically from the world, but it affects you. It's like, another side of you that needs to be healed, like your inner child. Your shadow work is not fucking being jealous, not being bitter, not, wanting to have revenge for people. You got to heal. Like one of my favorite tarot readers, Unique, would say, it's not about what you know, it's about healing from what you know. And y'all should check out Unique Tarot. Unique and Unapologetic Tarot. I will be the first to say she's one of the best readers I've ever listened to. I love her. I really do. Shout out to Unique. But yeah, man, my father, everybody, I'm alone. I can't trust, and at this point, I can't trust anyone. Anyone. So if I'm not responding, if you don't see me, right now, if you hit me up and you know me, I probably won't even talk to you. I might give you a few words, but I'm not going to talk to you, because I'm still in my situation. I'm traumatized. I had to get over it, I was traumatized. I'm doing better now, but it's still happening. And I'm going to be telling you guys a lot more information, every time I get a download. I'm going to let you guys know what's going on, what it is. But as for now, you guys need to protect yourself, man. Because, man, listen, it's not a good feeling when people are mentally playing in your mind. Manipulation. Witchcraft is mind manipulation. They light candles on you. They can do sex magic. Listen, man, They messed up my sex life out of nowhere. Sex was just like wasn't happening. All these things people can do to you. So, now that you guys know this knowledge, you guys really need to open your eyes and start looking around and paying attention. Like, you might have family members that's doing witchcraft on you and you don't even realize it. A jealous auntie, a jealous cousin, a jealous mother, a jealous father. They would sacrifice you. They were trying to sacrifice me. Sacrificing is not a joke. It's not just something that people talk about in the music industry. No, I was supposed to be a sacrifice. They wanted to sacrifice me because I'm a pure person. I'm a pure soul. Of course, the pure soul is going to be worth more than anything else. We need to start thinking like that. When you're a pure soul, you have to protect yourself because a lot of entities are going to want to attack you. Don't think that what you see in the horror movies are all jokes and just made up. No. Open your eyes. That's part of your third eye being open. They show you things in the movies for a reason. You think these things just came, people just sat down and made these things up? No, these things have been happening for generations and generations. Somebody had to see something to inspire them to want to write certain type of horror movies or certain type of movies about witchcraft or all these things. Nothing is just there for no reason. So, you guys need to start opening up your eyes, man. Stop promoting, nonsense. Stop following. Because the end is almost near and Judgment Day is almost near. So I'm telling you guys the recipe. Start putting effort into changing. Let God see you make effort. Out of love. And then see how your life turns out. See if you don't start getting messages from God, from spirit. You will get messages from spirit when you're trying to do what's right. And it's an amazing feeling. It's an amazing feeling when you start seeing the things that God is doing for you. And I'm not religious. I'm not a person that goes to church. I don't really believe in going to church. That's just me. So I'm telling you guys, I'm not one of these people that will go to church every Sunday. I'm not. But I talk about God because the real God lives within you. Your connection with God, you don't need to go to church. That's a front. Church doesn't allow you to take responsibility for your own actions. When you're spiritual, you know that you got to take responsibility for your own actions. You're not waiting for Sunday to ask for forgiveness. If you do something, you go talk to God on your own. Like, okay, I did something that I didn't like. I shouldn't have did this. I got angry. And you talk to God and you build that relationship with God and that understanding with God. I'm not saying I have anything against church because a lot of people could go to church and if it does something for you, it does something for you. But you need to know the truth behind what it is you're actually doing. Does it benefit you? Do you really know these people? Do you know what they're doing in the background when they go home at night? No, you don't. But you know that when you sit down and you talk to God, you know exactly you don't have to question anything. So I'm here and I'm going through this and I'm keeping you guys updated. I just wanted to give you guys like a brief understanding of what I've been going through. So that you guys won't feel I just dropped off the face of the world. No, I'm going through spiritual warfare. And yes, my family members are involved. Yes, people from the dance community that I was in are involved. They betrayed me. Some of them are sick right now from karma because they were doing black magic. Some of them might be on their deathbeds, about to die. And all this information, if y'all know me, y'all going to see it with your own two eyes. Because it's going to be so obvious. That these people who were doing black magic, these so-called friends in this dance community were doing black magic because they were paid by my baby moms or other family members. They're all working together right now. Right now, as I speak, these people are working together to kill me. They've been doing death spells on me, going to the cemetery, burying me. A lot of different spells. And it has taken toll on my body. It has really taken toll on my body. I've lost a lot of weight. But I still trust in God and I know this is only for a time. They haven't killed me yet. and they will not be able to kill me. God is not going to let that happen to his chosen ones. That's why you need to build a relationship with God so you could be protected. You know, give him a reason to have respect for you or want to protect you. You have to give him a reason. You have to show him, show him effort. The same way how you make effort to go steal, to go lie, to go thief, to go have sex, to go party. Show God some real effort. Make a sacrifice. Stop doing something that you know that you ain't supposed to be doing. If it's a cigarette, if it's weed, whatever it is. If it's listening to rap music, if it's listening, whatever it is you feel like you need to take out of your life, or you could take out of your life because it's affecting you in a negative way, you need to realize it and wake up and be like, yo, I want to change. Start having more love in your heart for your brother, your sister. And when I say your brother and sister, I mean just treating people in general. Not necessarily your brother or sister. Okay, your brother or sister might be a karmic. They might not have your best, your best thing at interest. But other than that, I love you guys, and I hope you guys really listen to what I'm saying and understand, yes, I'm being attacked spiritually. Yes, they try to kill me. Yes, they're still trying to kill me. And you can feel when they're doing it too, you can feel the pains. It's not a joke, man. But like I said, my family members, my mother, my sister poisoned me, and a lot of other family members are involved. I'm finding out my father is actually a warlock. It sounds crazy because we haven't grown up to know that these things are real. It's not a fairy tale. Witches and warlocks and black magic, witchcraft is real. People are doing it now in the now. That's why the celebrities, you always hear about the Illuminati, and these things are not a joke. Witchcraft is real. Selling your soul is real. A couple of those dudes that I'm telling you about they sold for money because the cult promised them that if they take me out, because they know I'm somebody important, if they take me out, they will be rich. And now that they can't deliver, the demons and the entities are after them now. Some of them are haunted. Some of them houses right now, a lot of their houses is haunted. Do not go to these people's houses. Do not hang out with these people. If you suspect that something ain't right with somebody in the dance community or in my family or whatever, and you are not a person that likes to do evil things, do not hang out with these people. Expose them. Because you're going to get the karma from around. You're going to get the karma. You could get karma from hanging with somebody, man. And next thing you know, your life is going down and you don't know why. And it's because the energy remembers energy. When you're around somebody that's doing bad, you're gonna feel their energy. And believe me, you could get caught up in the karma because you're around that person and you have no right being around that person. If you know that they're doing stuff wrong, distance yourself from them. We're in the point now where you can't just think that, okay, I'm going to hang out with this person even though that they bad. No. You have to get away from them, those people. You got to think about it like your life is in danger. Really in danger. Because I'm telling you, if some of you guys went through the things that I went through, I don't think you guys will make it, bro. A lot of you guys wouldn't make it. You would go crazy, kill yourself. You have to have a strong mind to be being attacked by witchcraft and not go crazy and, and lose your mind and start doing crazy things. And it's not an easy thing. But, for now, that's about it for you guys. I will keep dropping videos. I'm going to try to keep dropping videos after this. I just wanted to let you guys know my story as far as what I've been going through. And to understand that we have to work on our spirituality. We have to become more spiritually aware and understand that that's what it's about now. And this time, we're living in the age of Aquarius, which is when what's in the dark comes to light. The truth is being revealed. Whatever people been hiding, it's going to come out. The secrets, everything is going to be revealed. If you're going through that in your family and you don't understand, it's because we're living in the age of Aquarius. Nothing can be hidden anymore. It's that time for judgment, being judged on your actions. So you guys need to take it seriously of how you're living your life, because you're going to end up being left behind. And if you don't want to be left behind, you need to start making those changes now, like right now. Because I don't know if you realize that the world is changing. Systems are coming down. Mother Nature is attacking. Mother Earth is upset. She's upset with all the things, all the black magic, all the evil that's being done on her planet. She didn't, this planet wasn't put here for that. For people to be negative and be hating and want to be in competition over clothes and over cars and lust. That's another one, lust, man. You got to get rid of the lust. I had addictions. I had to get rid of them. I got rid of them. I made the sacrifices. To get out of lust. Looking at a woman lustfully, instead of like true love, looking for true love. And you know what I'm saying? You're supposed to look for true love, not lust. A lot of us are caught up in lust. We have to get out of it. We have to get out of that mindset. I'm much happier. Much happier letting go of certain things, letting go of lust, letting go of violence, letting go of certain narcissistic ways. A lot of us are narcissistic. We need to get up, it's a lot of things. We need to really look at ourselves in the mirror, bro. And female, we need to look at ourselves in the mirror and realize that, we need to change. A lot of things that we're doing, it's not spiritually right. It's not good for us spiritually. But with that being said, until next time, peace. I'll see you guys again.